What do you got next
Let's
on the agenda?
let's
Ergo brushes.
review let's review some brushes. So the Ergo brushes, Ergo Styling Tools and Brushes is the brand. They have a they have an awesome blow dryer, my favorite flat iron. They got a nice crimper. They have a hot razor tool as well too for cutting, which we'll review. They got too many fun stuff to review all in one. So this week we're going to talk about the round brushes, and they also have some paddle brushes as well too. So we'll talk about those, especially where is it? My favorite, the small little gentle round paddle brush. So we'll talk about the round brushes first. You wanna pick this up, or you want me to go right into it?
Go right into it.
What's awesome about the round brushes is that they have two versions of it. They have the regular classic version, and then they have the gentle bristles. Okay, the gentle the gentle bristles are newer, and the idea behind it is the classic brush will give you beautiful tension. The gentle bristles is going to be somebody who's got more sensitive scalp, or they have thinner, finer hair. Okay. So depending on the texture, depending on the density, depending on the sensitivity of your client, you have something for both scenarios to play with. One of the really cool things about it is this brush is actually larger than an average round brush. The barrel is actually 20% larger than the average round brush out there. And that means that you're going to be able to take 20% larger section, which means you'll finish 20% faster. You'll actually do your blow dry services faster using an Ergo round brush. Okay. The barrel itself is ceramic. The bristles themselves are nylon. They're actually not plastic. They're actually nylon bristles, and they're coated and infused with tourmaline, which is going to help smooth the cuticle down, lock in that shine, and make it anti-humectant, anti-humidity. So there's a lot of technology happening in the barrel, and especially in the bristles of this brush as well too. All right. The handle of the brush is actually a solid piece. You don't have that little ring around the bottom of the base of the handle. It's a full solid piece. And this actually is texturized. So if you could see that, it's actually texturized through there. That texturized grip is actually not a rubber grip. It's actually a silicone grip, because I didn't realize, but there is a number of people out there that have an allergy to rubber. So this being silicone and this being textured is very, very thought out for two reasons. One, usually these are smooth handles, and when you're blow drying and you've got product in your hands and you're spinning the brush around, it usually goes flying out your hand, and it ends up on the floor halfway across the salon, hitting somebody else in the head. So the reason why it's textured like that is to help you, give you better grip. Another reason why it's textured is
Right.
because when you're holding something, it's not that it's going to hurt, but you're going to feel that texture in the palm of your hand, right? And you will
And you're on
automatically
YouTube.
by default not squeeze as hard, saving wear and tear on your wrist, so it'll prevent carpal tunnel. So there, it's really, really well thought out. And then the other thing I forgot to say is the cap on the top of the brush is embedded in. So that is not going to catch hair. Just like it won't catch hair at the bottom, it won't catch hair at the top.
Right.
So that's everything to talk about the round brush as far as technology goes. Everything else is personal opinion. So I'll let you take the personal opinion side of it, because I love talking about the technology in the brushes.
I get that. I love the Ergo brushes, especially the gentle, the purple barrel, the one that you were holding up. The tension that I can get on hair without yanking it out. And because once again we've established that I'm old, and my days of blow drying, I with Ergo brushes, because they're so ergonomic and they work so well for someone like me. Um, It's less stress on my shoulder, less stress on my neck. Um, I just love them. I really do, and I love the fact that as you use this brush and sometimes with your round brushes, the bristles become distorted from a lot of heat and stuff like that. Because of the tourmaline in those brushes, all you have to do, take your blow dryer on high, back to the bristles, and the bristles will return straight to true.
Mm-hmm.
I love them. I love the paddle brushes. Paddle brushes have made life so much easier for me, and they come both ways. You
Both
have your
ways.
traditional paddle brushes,
Mm.
and then you have the gentle. But we'll start with the traditionals. So,
Mm-hmm.
as you can see in Eddie's left hand, right, your left
Yeah,
hand
my left hand. Yeah.
is your traditional paddle brush, and then in his right hand is the diamond head brush. With the traditional paddle brush, if you notice the way Eddie's holding it, look how everything lines up on the brush. That is your perfect detangling tool. It is perfect for detangling. And then if you rotate it, because of the tourmaline bristles and the way those all the bristles have been positioned, you get
They
great
bricklay
tension
with
for
each other.
polishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bricklay with each other, so you get perfect tension for polishing. So now, if you go to the diamond head brush, Eddie,
I love the diamond head
you're like you're
brush.
like you're like Vanna White.
Oh, if
Turn the
only I
letter,
was as
Eddie. Turn
cute.
the letter.
If only I was as good.
Well, I
The
think she's got a better hairline than you.
It's very true. I'm very jealous. The diamond head
Yeah.
brush is awesome because it's in two parts. The bottom of the base is a little bit wider than the top. Okay. The bottom half of this is just going to be like the paddle brush. If you brush vertically, it's going to give you nice detangling. The top half of the brush, because it comes in tighter towards the top, you're going to be able to get in and really get closer with detail work, especially around the hairline. That's how this diamond head brush is built out. And it's really, really fun. It's really, really easy. One of my personal things, what I love about this so much, is when I do a lot of hair extensions. So being able, especially with individual strands, being able to get in between the individual strands and pick them out and detangle, it is so important to keep hair extensions detangled. So being able to get in there and really pick through and detangle them apart, keep them pulled apart, and then get through the rest of the length of the hair, and being able to brush through the rest of the length of the hair is absolutely phenomenal. And as far as for hairstyling goes, I just like the fact that it's a smaller brush, so it's easier to get in and manipulate. Even for clients, if you're standing behind somebody and they've got long hair, you can go in and you can stand over them and you can brush through their hair. You can get through their hair pretty easily. But if you're trying to do it yourself, trying to get behind your back and trying to twist your arm in such a way, because not everybody's ambidextrous that they can switch both hands. So on the one side of your head, your movement is not as wide as the other side of your hand that you're working on. But when you're working with a smaller brush, then you've got more room to move and rotate. So that's what I like about the
Agreed.
smaller one.
Yeah.
And then you got the gentle ones.
And now my favorites. I love the gentle brushes.
Yeah. The gentle brush, if you can see how I can do this, if you can kind of see, it's like two-tiered. Okay. It's got the shorter tier brush and then the longer tier brush on both of them. And what that's really awesome is the longer tier bristles will go in and detangle the hair. The shorter tier bristles is going to grab that hair and give you tension. And that's because the bristles are softer, you're going to have more flexibility in there as well too. They're just absolutely phenomenal brushes. Absolutely phenomenal.
They're my favorite brushes, and I retail the crud out of those too, especially the smaller one.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the smaller, gentle bristle for detangling and things like that. They love that brush. I can't say enough about those brushes. And once again, that's that tourmaline technology too. If your bristles become a little distorted, hit it with your blow dryer. They come right back to true. And especially, I love the small one for when I do extensions because it really helps me keep everything in line. I can't say enough about Ergo. You go 20 years ago when they first started out. If you guys are ever at a show and you see the Ergo booth, stop and say hi to Robert, who actually created Ergo. He's an interesting guy. He's all about we the hairdresser. He's all about and he's all about us expanding our career length by being ergonomically correct, working with tools that actually work for us and not against us. And they have a ton of other tools. They have their hot tools, which is another episode for us. The hot tools will completely change the way you look at things. Also, just real quick, since we're talking about Ergo, if you guys ever have the opportunity to attend the Art of the Blow Dry class, it will change the way you blow dry hair. It will change the way you look at blow drying hair and actually decrease your time, basically getting a workout as you're blow drying someone's hair.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. The other thing I forgot to say is the finish on the paddle brushes is actually the same grip finish on the round brushes. So it's going to feel equally as naturally in hands. So if you switch off between one and the other, it's going to feel the same both ways around. So that's our product spotlight. That's our review of the Ergo brushes.